AJ's sister Emma. Cut. Shh. Cut. You're gonna scare Emma, dude. I'm making my breakfast. What are you doing here? AJ's 2. We were gonna get you changed anyway. Oh, you are okay. All right. What do you see? Ball. Kick.
I see for Emma.
Emma wants to kick too. Kick. Put the tent in. Okay, go ahead, move it. Good girl. It's just a burpee, huh? Wow. Where did AJ go? I feel like being a breastfeeding mom is literally just constantly being covered in milk, spit up, or sweat. When I change first thing in the morning, it feels so freaking good. I literally feel like a new person, even if I literally put on an oversized t-shirt and then the workout set that I'm working out in today. I just feel revived, not being covered in sweat anymore. Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is barely morning anymore. It is literally 11:45 in the morning, and we are just getting to the gym now. I am super fortunate that Timmy was able to take a little bit out of his day to watch the babies at home while I ran to the gym real quick, and I'm going to bang out a leg day. I am trying to go to the gym anywhere between 1 to 2 days a week, and then working out in my parents' home gym or going on a run or doing yoga or whatever for a total of 4, maybe 5 days every single week. So today is my 1 or 2 gym days of the week. So we are banging out a leg day. I always want to talk more in the morning when I am vlogging, but it is so, like, I feel like the morning especially, we are just we are so go in the morning. We are so like busy running around, getting all the babies situated. Like, I feel like everyone like is just like, we have to get everyone ready and dressed and all of that for the day. And so I just feel like there's not a ton of time to like come on and be like, hello, welcome back to my channel. So that's why I didn't talk much this morning, and it's a lot of us just like doing things. But we're at the gym now, going to bang out a leg day, probably anywhere between like 35 to 45 minute workouts, depending on how the babies are doing at home. AJ, we put down for a nap, and then Emma should be going down for a nap soon. So as long as all vibes are good over there, I'm going to try to get like a solid 35 to 45 minute workout in, and then hopefully take them on a walk later today to get some cardio in as well. This is driving me nuts, guys. This is driving me nuts. I have not broken a nail in so freaking long, and I'm getting my nails done on Friday this week, and it is only Tuesday, and it's been broken for about a week now. I slammed the car door onto my nail. So not only did I break it, but it was traumatic the way that I broke it. Absolutely traumatic. It hurt. It doesn't hurt anymore, but it hurt for probably about 3 to 4 days. So uncomfortable. But you know what? And I could go back and just fix this one nail, but I just cannot justify doing that, especially now carving out time with 2 kids. I'm just going to wait to get them all done. We're going on Friday, but it's just going to drive me nuts every second until then. Workout was so freaking good. This week I feel like I really started to like make strides with like how comfortable I feel pushing myself with exercises. Like I'm not putting a ton of pressure on myself in terms of like, I want to be able to lift X amount of weight or do whatever. Like I'm still really keeping it very like low pressure, but my goal, like I told you guys, is to work out anywhere between 4 to 5 days a week, between lifting, walking, yoga, whatever. My goal is definitely 3 lifts a week, and then if I can get a 4th in, great. But it felt so good to be at the gym today. Today was the first day that I hip thrusted since I have been pregnant, and it felt so freaking good, but I already can feel it that my legs are going to be tired. But I just genuinely feel like this time around postpartum, like I'm just putting less stress on myself. Like I got in and out of there in that workout in 35-40 minutes, and I literally did 4 exercises, with the exception of like the banded abductions. I literally did 4 movements. And if you would have told me 5 years ago, Marissa working out, that I would feel like I got a complete workout with 4 exercises, I would have laughed in your face, because I would not have believed you, because I thought that in order to have good, productive, successful workouts, it needed to be an hour and a half. You need to do 10 movements, hit everything, and clearly I just was not lifting heavy enough, and I wasn't pushing myself enough, because I could literally never imagine doing that now. We're home now. We did do lunch. We're hanging out a little bit, and it has just been one of those afternoons. I do not think we napped enough, because he literally only napped while I was at the gym. So I was at the gym between the drive there, the workout, the drive back, right about an hour, and he literally only napped the time that I was at the gym. So I don't think we had enough rest, and so we're feeling a little emotional, and they've been taking turns back and forth of crying. And I'm not gonna lie, I did have a quick little cry, because it is just very overwhelming when they are taking turns crying, and one cries, the other cries, you finally settle the one, and the other one starts. So I had a quick cry as well. But we've been taking turns crying all afternoon, and I feel like if it continues at this rate, I am going to literally lose my mind. And so I texted my younger sister. There's this like cute little park in the neighborhood right by us, and so she's gonna come over in a few minutes. We're gonna walk there, play with them for a little bit. It is absolutely beautiful outside, so I'm like, I wanted to get outside anyway and let them like play, run around, get some fresh air. I definitely want to get some semblance of like a walk cardio in, so we'll walk there, and then they'll play for a little, and we'll walk back, and then that will not only get me some cardio in, but get all of us outside and let him get some energy out outside. I just feel like we need it. I feel like it'll be good. What am I doing? I'm talking to the camera. Do you have anything you'd like to say? What am I doing here? And hopefully she falls asleep on the way there, and that way I don't have to baby wear her the whole time, and I can just leave her in the stroller asleep, and she can get some semblance of a solid nap, because all day today it's been like 20-30 minutes here or there, because we have been putting her down to take care of something that he may need. Honestly, probably the hardest part about 2 Under 2 right now is the fact of at all hours of the day, at every moment of the day, one of them probably needs you for something, which like, duh, that's just parenting, is that you're kind of on 24/7. But I feel like especially now with 2, chances are one of them needs something, whether it's to eat, whether it is a diaper change, whether it is just like they're feeling sad and they need to be consoled in some way. Like it is just, you're pretty much on 24/7. And I think for me personally, that isn't even the most challenging part, is like going back and forth. Like yes, you can be like, I just need a moment to breathe. But I think more challenging than that for me right now is when they're both crying at the same time. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate whose needs are more important than the other, which of course they are both important. So I think that's where I struggle, is that it's not, I don't believe one's needs is more important than the other. And I know they typically say, go to your toddler first, because your toddler is crying for a reason. They can communicate their emotions, which is all true. He can, but that's not to say that what she's going through, what she needs, like if she's hungry, if she needs a diaper change, that I want to let her sit there for 10-15 minutes crying while I'm consoling him. So I think like for me right now, that's just like the challenging part. What, baby? That's the challenging part for me right now, is if they are both crying, how do I navigate which one to kind of take care of first? Because in my opinion, I want to be there for both of them. I want to console both of them. But unfortunately, like I only have so many hands. Sometimes I'm not able to do all of the... What am I doing? I'm just talking. What are you doing here? Sometimes I'm not able to do all of the things at one time. So it's really just like a constant juggling act, a constant balancing act. But I think for me right now, afternoons, like this is a really good moment right now. Obviously, most of our afternoon has kind of looked like them just taking turns crying and being upset and needing to be held, which I don't have a problem with. But what gets really challenging and almost overwhelming, overstimulating for me is when both of them are crying at the same time, because then I'm like, how do I help both of you at the same time? And the answer is you really can't for the most part. So you kind of just have to like figure out which one needs you more in that moment, kind of go to them first and then go to the other one. But that's much easier said than done when both of your babies are crying and you just want to help both of them. Little dance party and tummy time while we wait for my sister to come over. Oh, did you spit up? Did you spit up? Pig! With an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink, only down and had a part. E-I-E-I-O, speak, speak. E-I-E-I-O. We just got back from a long afternoon of playing.
Daddy.
What? It's not Daddy. Every time I start talking, he assumes that I'm talking to Timmy on the phone, which is why he just said Daddy. But we just got back from my mom's. We spent a good chunk of the afternoon just playing outside there. Now we are back. AJ is watching Bluey for a little bit just to give him some downtime, eat a snack, drink some juice, chill for a second while we unwind a little bit before dinner, and then we'll do more playtime before bed. I used to be so much more strict and so much more intense about screen time in general, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like a huge part of me as a mom still feels so guilty putting on screens, putting them in front of the TV for a few minutes. But I have learned now, especially having a second one, sometimes you literally just have no other option, and she needs to be nursing or she needs to be rocked or held or whatever the case may be, and I literally just cannot occupy his full attention 24/7. So he needs something to do that.
Mommy,
Yeah?
Mommy,
Doing here? I'm just recording a video. What are you doing here? We don't go all day without watching TV. I think it's pretty ridiculous that we expect children to do the same. Like, we sit in front of the TV and we relax and all of that. So especially now that we are spending a lot of time outside, I don't feel bad putting the TV on as much because we are exerting a lot of energy outside. And I just feel like everybody needs a moment, myself, Emma, him, to just like chill, cool off, drink some liquids, eat a snack before we go on the rest of our day. But we are back inside now. It is just about 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna start cooking dinner in a few minutes. Not doing anything crazy tonight. I actually think Timmy is picking us, me and him, up something on the way home because it's one of his later nights working, and I'll probably just make something for AJ so it's nice and easy. We are in this weird like wake window phase at the end of the day for Emma right now, where if she wakes up from her last nap of the day anytime after like 6:15, 6:30, she will literally want to like power hour and stay awake until literally 9:30 at night, which is just far too late for kids to be awake, because at that point you're just ready to unwind. So trying to get her to take her last nap between like 5 to 6 o'clock, so that way she's up, she has like a solid 2-ish hour wake window and can be like settling down for the night around 8 o'clock to give a second to chill at the end of the night before we go up to bed, because who knows what that night will look like. 99% of the time that does not happen because she loves to be awake. She is the most awake newborn. I swear, she literally could be awake for like 2.5 hours at a time. I do not understand how they tell you a newborn's wake window is anywhere from like 90 to 120 minutes. No, hers could be 2 to 3 hours. Absolutely absurd. She's content the entire time too. Like, she's not fighting you or miserable. She's just awake. So I'm gonna try to get her down for a nap now, but I'm not super hopeful about it. And that way, hopefully by like 8:30, she'll be able to go down for the night, because she only took like a 45-minute to hour nap for her last one. But we'll see how it goes. I think I have to remind myself that.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Winky.
Whoosh. I think I have to remind myself.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy, go outside.
Maybe after we eat, okay? I think I have to remind myself that as a parent, it is such a roller coaster, and there are going to be really, really good days and really, really bad days. I feel like I get really, really in my head on those bad days that I'm not a good enough parent, that I've done something wrong, that there's a reason that like they're acting up and acting out. And I think I just need to remind myself that I have 2 kids under the age of 2, which granted, he's only going to be less than 2 for a little less than a month, but I do have 2 kids under the age of 2, and I need to remind myself that all of the ways that he's acting, all of the developmental things are totally and completely normal. Like, I think it can be just so difficult to see really hard days, lots of tears. Like yesterday when I was telling you guys that they literally took turns crying all day long. That was really, really difficult for me because you just want to be able to do something and you feel like you're like failing both of them because you can't help them at the same time. So I just need to remind myself that like it's totally normal. And then like today, for example, was such a good day. They were happy, they were playing, they both slept well, and it was totally fine, and they were not crying nearly as much as they did yesterday. So I think I just need to remind myself that like all the things that are happening are totally normal. And I did the exact same thing when AJ was really young and was a newborn, and I had to remind myself to stop comparing myself to people that I see on social media because you're welcome, sweetheart. Because it is so easy when you look on social media to think everybody has it more together than you do. Everybody's routines and schedules work out perfectly every single day. And some days in our house, it does too. Everything works perfectly. I can wear her. She's falling asleep right now while I'm cooking him dinner, and everything works out fine. And then some days, everybody, including myself, is literally crying. But of course, nobody is showing that side of things on social media. The really, really hard days, hard moments. They're just showing the really, really good, glamorous ones that look super good and aesthetic and all of that. Of course, there's the exception to that. And I myself do try to show some of the hard moments as well, but no one wants to show their toddler crying. No one wants to show themselves having a mentee bee. Nobody wants to show their toddler or their baby crying on social media, which is totally and completely valid. But I have to remind myself that just because I don't see it on social media, it does not mean that other people are not experiencing it. And I did literally the exact same thing when AJ was a newborn, and I told myself like I was the only one experiencing these things. You feel so alone and isolated in your bubble, and it can be so hard for it to be like all consuming. And honestly, I feel like a lot of it depends on me too. Some days I handle all of the chaos and the crying and the tantrums and them needing things at the same time super, super well. And sometimes I just don't, for one reason or another. And I feel like I'm falling apart and I'm like not being patient and understanding with them. And like, I just feel like sometimes I'm part of the problem and I am adding to the chaos instead of being the source of, you don't want this? Okay. Instead of being a calm source for them. So I just feel like I am doing all of this for the first time, just like they are. And I need to remind myself of that like everything is such a roller coaster. Because I was going to come on here and be like, wow, I really feel like at 8 weeks, I got things kind of under control. I really feel like I know what it feels like to have 2 under 2. And like, I just feel really good about it. And I will tell you, some days I do really feel that way. I feel like this week especially, for the most part, with the exception of yesterday, I have felt really good. I feel like I figured out a routine, like wearing her, doing things with him, being able to be outside. That has really worked for us, that I know how I'm going to navigate going out and about and doing things with the two of them. Like I feel more confident than ever about those things. But then days like yesterday happened when it's just like a hard emotional day for all of us, and it makes me question myself. So I just think I need to be more patient with myself and remind myself that one, literally nobody is a perfect parent, but you are the most perfect parent for your children. And also just remind myself that there are going to be really high highs and really low lows, and that is just part of it. And I also just think it can be really difficult to emotionally regulate a toddler, a newborn, and then also emotionally regulate yourself. So when I'm having a tough moment, when I'm needing a second to like breathe and step away, to just allow myself a moment to do that, because like I'm still a person too, and I'm also still navigating this for the first time and how all of this looks. So like it's okay if I'm struggling in moments too. I'm going through all this for the first time as well, so I just think I need more patience and grace with myself. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I always have to be perfect at everything I do. I just feel like I need to be more patient and understanding with myself and remind myself that there are really, really good days, really, really bad days, but I'm doing all this for the first time, just like they are. Yes? Okay. Will you help me? Get the knives first so you can't slice yourself, okay? Pass them to mommy. Okay. Thank you. 1, 2. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you. It's okay. All right, now come around to get the bowls. Okay, that routine actually worked, and Emma was asleep at like 8:15, which was exactly what we were hoping for. She had her entire wake window. She was up, she ate, she played a little, she like did her thing for a moment, and then she basically just fell asleep nursing on me. I will say that her not taking a pacifier is a blessing, because now that we are trying to get rid of AJ's pacifier, I feel like it'll be easier because she doesn't take a pacifier. So I'm kind of hoping that that will just like ease the transition for him, that he's not seeing her with one, but he has to get rid of it. So I'm just like hopeful that that will be easy since she doesn't have one. It won't be a big deal for him to get rid of one. And it's kind of a blessing in that way that we won't have to like eventually wean her from a binky, and in order to wean him from a binky, I just think it's a good thing. But I will say that one of the hardest parts about not having a binky with her that obviously we don't experience with him is the fact that when she's crying or just wants to like comfort nurse, she has to do that on me because she doesn't have a binky to wean on. But so far it did work, and she has been asleep since about 8:15. So fingers crossed that that's a consistent routine we can keep up if we can really keep that last wake window of the day short, which every day is so different, but it worked for today, so take our wins as they can. I am going to shower now and unwind and chill for the night because I just feel like the past week or so, every single day has felt like a sprint, and we've been moving at 1,000,000 miles per minute from the second they wake up to the second they fall asleep, and that we don't have like 1 minute to breathe. And I don't know if that's just kind of like the season of life that we're in right now, and then eventually like in a few months from now, it just won't feel that way anymore. But I just feel like the moment they wake up to the moment we all go to sleep, it is go, 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 nonstop, constant, all day, which is a beautiful thing. It's like a beautiful chaos that we're living in right now, but it is a little bit of a chaos. And so by this time of the day, I am just ready to like rinse off, unwind, and then lay on the couch. So I'm going to go do that, and then we are going to catch up on the rookie episode from last night that we missed. But with that being said, we are going to wrap up the video here. If you guys like this video, please make sure you go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. You already know it supports my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss the video that I post. If you haven't, make sure you follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok so you can see all the fitness, health, and lifestyle content I post on there. And I will catch you guys here next time.